Hello students, now we will go for unit number 1 SS, our cultural heritage part 2. Now it is very important one, part 1 and part 2, and the most important topic is India, land and people. So very important topic regarding land and people. Among them, first of all we will go for that Nigrotate or Negroes. In other words, we can consider them as Hapsi. Some historians believe that Nigroti or Negroes are the most ancient inhabitant of India because they came from Africa via Balochistan to India. They were black and having height of 4 to 5 feet and the curly hair. So you will have to remember this characteristic of Negroes or Nigrotate or Hapsi people. They came from Africa via Balochistan, black in color, height is 4 to 5 feet and then curly hair. Another is Australoid people. These people came from Southeast Asia. Their physical features were black skin with broad head, flat nose and short in height. That is why the Aryan were calling them Nisad people. The origins of tribes like Kol, Munda, Khasi, these tribes of Assam and tribes of Nicobar and Myanmar, even today you will find the similarity of the characteristics to Australoid. So again you will have to memorize this: black skin, broad head, flat nose, short in height, and the Aryan were calling them as Nisal. And their contribution is also big in the development of the Indian culture and civilization because they had made clay utensil and wore cotton cloth and they knew many skill. That is why they had a great religious belief too. So Australoid people are also a great contributor to our culture. Thereafter we will go for Dravidian. Dravidian have been considered as the direct descendants of the Stone Age civilization, and they were also considered as the creator of the Mohenjo-daro culture. This tribe generally it is believed that came from the north and survived with their language even today, and even their culture is also in existence. And these people thereafter in South India they are known as the Dravidians, and Dravidian were the people who gave the concept of mother as goddess and the father as a god. So the thought of Parvati and the Lord Shiva as mother and father developed, and the tradition of worshipping with dhoop, deep and arti, as today we are also following all these things while worshipping or praying the god, dhoop, deep and arti. It is given by the Dravidian people, and they were the nature lover people and animal lover people. That is why they were also worshipping nature as well as the animals. And during his time, matriarchal system, family system was developed. Various arts like spinning, weaving, all these were developed, and they had developed the weapons like arrows, spears, swords, and building of boat, raft, weaving, spinning, dyeing. Everything was developed during their time. And Dravidian family language are Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam. So you will have to memorize this, which are the Dravidian family language. Then you will have to give the answer: Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam. Apart from that, other tribes we can see here that are Mongoloid, Alpine, Dinaric, Armenoid. They all came from the Central Asia, and generally their origin today are found in Gujarat, Saurashtra, Maharashtra, Bengal and Orissa. Another one of the most important tribe is the Mongoloid. Mongoloids' other name with which they were recognized was Kirat. It is believed that they came to India from North China via Tibet and settled down at North Assam, Sikkim, Bhutan and West Bengal. So whenever we visit in this state, in Assam, Sikkim, their face will be nearby the Chinese people like, Tibetan people like. So they are comparatively different to us. But thereafter they gradually Indianized, and Mongoloid people possessed the physical characteristic like yellow complexion, flat face, chubby cheeks and almond shaped eyes. So all these are the characteristic of Mongoloid people. Again, yellow complexion, flat face, chubby cheeks, almond shaped eyes. And because of the yellow complexion, Mongoloid were known as Kirat. They were known as Kirat. Thereafter, the most developed tribe, that was the Aryan people. Aryan were the creator of the Aryan civilization in India. Hindus were called Aryan in the ancient time, and the area where they were densely populated was called Aryavrat. Because of the Aryan people, our country's other name is Aryavrat. As 7 rivers were flowing over there, that region was named as Sapta Sindhu. So Aryavrat and Sapta Sindhu, because of the 7 rivers. In ancient time, the first Aryan population was concentrated in the northwest, and the area of the Aryavrat was extended up to Mithila. Nowadays in Bihar in the east, and in the south it spread up to the Vindhyachal. And because of them, this vast land was recognized as Bharat Bhumi, Bharat Khand, Bharatvarsh, after the name of the king Arya Bharat or Bharat ruled tribes. And they composed hymns. They were also nature lovers, and that is why they also composed hymn on trees, rivers, mountains, suns, winds and the rain. So in the earlier stage they worshipped the main 5 elements of the nature, and they also composed hymns, means richa. Then with the course of the time, Vedas, recitation, Yagnadi performing, and all these activities started during the time of the Aryan time. So Nordic Aryan has been considered as the mother of Aryan culture. Now the question is, what is the importance of the Indian culture? Why should we preserve a culture? And why should we protect our culture? Culture means whatever we possess, whatever we have, everything will be considered as our culture. And civilization means what we are today. That is called the civilization. By adding values, culture is passed from generation to generation. Culture will be changed with the passage of the time. And heritage means whatever we have got from our ancestor, our father, mother, and whatever is heritage from generation to generation will be considered as the heritage. Lifestyle, clothing, food, communication, profession, all will be included on culture. Teachers, art of living, behavior, and race restriction, natural cultural heritage makes India charming and beautiful. Now, the most important topic is preservation of culture. So, fundamental duties are mentioned in Article 51C. We will have to preserve our culture because India attained a leading position in the world by keeping its rich heritage. That is why we will have to preserve it. So, Article 51C, it includes para 6, 7 and 9, by which we can understand the importance of culture, and we will have to preserve it, and we will have to maintain the forest, tank, river, ponds and the wild animals, along with the maintaining the natural environment, and to show compassion for all living creatures. We will have to protect the public property, and giving up violence are also included. We should not harm anything. This is the preservation of our culture.